Hello, and welcome once again to another programme in our series Lesser Known and Living Rural Arts. This week, we study the phenomenal growth in the amateur movement in the Republic of Eire. The amateur movement in what, you may well ask? Well, it would seem that there is a burgeoning movement in most things in Eire, ranging from the arts and crafts to the professions, a sort of do-it-yourself tidal wave, as it were. Nowhere is this more evident than in the small town of Ballycilferret, where I spoke to Governor Lunacia.
Well, there was a lot of people here was bored out of their minds during the long winter months, so various clubs was started up, people was, bored out of their minds, We've no technical school or any of them things, so, some of the lads got together and they started things like amateur building and that.
Amateur building?
Aye, a lot of the lads had built their own pig houses and that, and they thought maybe they'd get together and build a hotel or something like that.
And how has that progressed?
Well, that's a bit of a sore point, actually. They don't talk much about it here now,
Oh, did they lose enthusiasm?
Well, no, they got a grant from Board Falch and that, and they put up the hotel themselves, but there was trouble and that at the opening of the hotel,
Ah, was this the usual committee squabbling which occurs in these things?
Well, no. Well, whatever way they put up the hotel, she came down on the lot of them at the opening. And, it's not easy to smile for Ireland with a lump of granite sticking out of your head. And then, there was talk that all the grant hadn't been spent on the building and that.
Oh, dear. You mean somebody had embezzled funds?
Well, I'm not going to say that, I don't want to take anyone's character away, but, there were pig houses springing up like mushrooms all over the parish. And some of the lads had to go to Lourdes to try and get cured of the drink. But, I'm not saying that had anything to do with it,
Yes. Well, I suppose that put paid to the amateur movement.
Oh, well, no, you'd have to have something down here, you'd get bored out of your mind, Well, then they started amateur flying and that.
Oh, flying. And have you your own aero club and airstrip?
Well, we had, but that died down too after we lost the plane,
Oh, dear me. Was there a tragedy?
Well, it was a tragedy, because the lads lost a lot of money on it,
Yes, but you say you lost the aircraft.
Aye, the lads bought an old plane that was lying out in the haggard up in Lord Kilferret's estate, It used to belong to the present man's father. He bought it for flying the Atlantic, and he got word that them two other lads had done it, and, then he got depressed in himself, and he got bored out of his mind, and, whatever turn he took, he hit her ladyship a puck in the gob, and they wouldn't let him fly at all then, of course. Anyway, the old sight wasn't too good at the time, he was flying up on her one time and his white stick fell out, and of course he wasn't able to climb down over when he landed, so, maybe it was just as well,
Yes, but what about your own flying club?
Well, the lads got the old plane taken over all right, the most of them is handy with tractors and that, and they'd visitors down and all for the opening, but, whatever way they launched her, she took off over the trees there, we never seen her after. Fortunately, there was only one local lad in it, no visitors, but, some said he made off with the plane, and he's hiding out in Manchester or Birmingham or one of them places,
Yes.
They were thinking maybe, he'd write to the mother after a while, but they've had no word yet, and they check all our posts, first,
Yes, well...
Well, then we tried amateur brain surgery, but that didn't work out either,
Amateur brain surgery? That sounds highly dangerous.
No. There was no serious accident, but... the brother was doing it, but... he wasn't satisfied with the results, He'd done a few operations, but... there was lads walking round in circles and taking turns, and then, one local girl who was one of his patients, rode her bike full tilt into the Garda station, and, of course, that was the end of it.
I should imagine so.
But the great thing about the amateur movement, is that you needn't stick to anything at all, if you get bored out of your mind, We found that, with the amateur drama and that. Actually, we've a tape of our local group, the Oliver Cromwell Memorial Players, that was made by the Garda Sergeant's brother that was home from America, if you'd like to hear it.
Oh, how lovely. Yes.
Two houses, both alike in dignity. In fair Verona, where we lay our sails.
Lads, give him a chance.
From ancient grudge, break to new mutiny.
Up your buyer.
Where's the... Where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
I don't
Shut up, you losers. I'm bored out of me bloody mind.